Welcome back to IGCSE Biology Chapter 2 Cells. We are on the lecture 3. In first two videos we covered the animal cell and plant cell in complete detail. Now we will study about bacterial cell. Bacteria are some of the oldest living things on earth. Scientists believe they first appeared over 3.5 billion years ago, long before plants or animals even existed. And yet, they are still here today, thriving everywhere from the soil under your feet to inside your own body. Their cells are unlike anything we have looked at so far. In this video, we will explore their structure, their uniqueness, and learn one of the most important distinctions in biology, that is the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, and that is very important from your exam's point of view. Now, let's get into it. Firstly, we will see the bacterial cell, and the first thing you will notice is its shape. It has a round oval shape, and the cell wall, the thick outer line, the thick outer amber line that you are watching now is a cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan. The inside the cell wall is a thin membrane which is a cell membrane, and it controls the entry or exit of molecules. The next one is cytoplasm. Inside the cell membrane, all the cell is filled with a liquid called cytoplasm, where all the metabolic reactions of cell take place. Then the small circular DNA is present, and this is the bacterial genetic information. But you can see here, it is actually not enclosed in any nucleus or proper nuclear membrane. It is just floating in the cytoplasm. Then the purple ovals you are watching now are the plasmids. These are small extra circles of DNA separated from the main DNA. The red dots which are appearing right now are the ribosomes, which are involved in protein synthesis. And you have to remember that, notice, what is absent in bacteria? Bacteria has no mitochondria, no chloroplast, and no nucleus. These are completely absent in the bacteria. Now look at the key features in detail. Feature number 1 is cell wall. The cell wall of bacterial cells is made up of peptidoglycan, which is a completely different substance. It is not made up of cellulose like plant cells. The function is same. It helps in support and protection, but the material is different. Feature number 2 is circular DNA. This is the defining feature of bacteria. They have one large loop of DNA, circular in shape, and it is floating freely in the cytoplasm. There is no nucleus, no membrane enclosing the DNA. It is just there in the cytoplasm, and this is what makes bacteria fundamentally different from animal and plant cells. Feature number 3 is plasmids. These are small extra circles of DNA completely separated from the main circular DNA. They carry additional genes. And something is fascinating. Bacteria can actually pass plasmids from one cell to another. This is one reason why antibiotic resistance spreads so quickly, because bacteria share the resistance genes through plasmids. Feature number 4 is ribosomes. Bacteria do have ribosomes, same function as in other cells like animal cells or plant cells, that they make proteins. But their ribosomes are smaller than the ribosomes of animals or plant cells. This size difference is actually used in medicine. Certain antibiotics work specifically by targeting bacterial ribosomes, and because our ribosomes are on a different size, the antibiotics do not harm our own cells. And you have to remember one thing, that bacteria also have a cell membrane and cytoplasm. These are also present in bacterial cell, just like all other animal or plant cells. Now, you have to remember the two key words, prokaryote and eukaryote, because these words look difficult, but they are actually very logical once you break them down or understand them. So look at the word prokaryote. It comes from two Greek words. Pro means before, karyon means nucleus. So prokaryote literally means before nucleus, an organism that does not have a true nucleus. Then you will see eukaryote. Eukaryote, EU means true, and karyon means nucleus. So eukaryote means true nucleus, an organism that has a proper nucleus enclosed in a membrane. Now look at the comparison table. If we talk about nucleus, prokaryotes have no nucleus, DNA floats freely, but eukaryotes have a true nucleus with a membrane surrounding it. Look at the DNA shape. Prokaryotes have smaller circular DNA, one large loop, but eukaryotes have linear DNA arranged on chromosomes inside the nucleus. If we talk about plasmids, these are found in prokaryotes but not in eukaryotes. If we talk about cell wall, prokaryotes have cell wall made of peptidoglycan. Plant eukaryotes have cellulose and animal eukaryotes have no cell wall. If we talk about mitochondria, prokaryotes have none but eukaryotes have mitochondria. If we talk about ribosomes, then both of the cells have them, but bacterial ribosomes are smaller in size. For example, bacteria are prokaryotes, plants, animals and fungi all are eukaryotes. The key question in your exam is, what is the difference between a prokaryotic and a eukaryotic cell? The answer will be, prokaryotes have no nucleus, eukaryotes have a true nucleus with a membrane. This is a fundamental difference. Now there is an examiner trap time. 3 classic mistakes that can happen in these questions. Trap number 1. Students write, the bacterial cell wall is made up of cellulose. Wrong. Cellulose is only in plant cells. The bacterial cell wall is made of peptidoglycan, a completely different substance. This comes up as a direct question in past papers. What is the bacterial cell wall made of? One word answer is peptidoglycan. Trap number 2. Students write, bacteria have a nucleus containing their DNA. Wrong. This is the most fundamental mistake you can make. Bacteria have absolutely no nucleus. Their DNA floats freely in the cytoplasm as a circular loop. No nuclear membrane, no nucleus. This is a defining feature of prokaryotic cells. If you remember one thing from this video, then this will be the main thing, that they do not have a proper nucleus. Their DNA is just floating freely in the cytoplasm. Trap number 3 is, bacteria have no cell wall. That is wrong. Bacteria do have a cell wall, but their cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. They also have a cell membrane inside it. Both are present. The confusion is just about the material, not the presence. Bacteria have a cell wall, but it is made up of peptidoglycan, not a cellulose one. Know these 3 and you will not lose your marks. Now this is a complete picture of what we have studied today in this lecture. You can screenshot this slide for revision. That's all for video number 3. Bacterial cell is fully covered. In the next video, I will talk about specialized cells, how cells are modified and adapted to carry out specific functions in the body. Subscribe so you do not miss it. See you in the next one.